Hello explorers, thanks for joining us again and welcome back to another exciting and informative video on our YouTube channel. If you're joining us for the first time, I want to thank you for watching. For those of you who follow our channel, you notice we focus on informative and educating content within the African continent. Today I want to share with you 5 incredible reasons that you should consider investing in Africa. Are you an African entrepreneur that lives in the diaspora? Or you're an African who is thinking to move back to the continent to grow your business? Or you might be a genuine investor in the West thinking about expanding your business in Africa. I got you covered. You might also be an entrepreneur who live in one of the regions across Africa. In this episode, I would outline to you the reason why these 5 opportunities are areas that you should consider making that decision. So without any more delay, let's just dive straight into it. The African continent is gradually moving from receiving grants and deficits to one of opportunities, investment, creativity, and development. In looking at that, this is due to growing youth population, the urbanization expected to drive African youths and people to major cities by up to 50% by 2050. The Africans' formalizing economy is transforming in different ways. Having that in mind, potential investors must know that Africa is a terrain where your patience will be tested. Your patience will be tested. Models that have worked in one continent or worked in one region might not yet actually achieve immediate results in Africa. However, patient investors who invest in Africa will make profits in abundance that they won't believe that this was possible. Having that in mind, below I've also looked at those particular areas that I believe that are some of the reasons why major investors, minor entrepreneurs, and also startups should consider moving. So without any more delay, let's just dive straight into it. Number 1, Africa has a growing and youthful population. Africa currently has over 1 billion people. The United Nations demographic projection indicated that almost 60% of Africa's population as of 2019 was under just over the age of 25, making Africa the world's youngest continent. The median age Africa is about, looking at 2020, it was about 19.8 years. Also, while the rest of the world is aging, Africa is having a young population. This implies that even though the global workforce is reducing, Africa's workforce will be about 1.1 billion, which is more than half of that of China and India. The young demographics will also be a sign of economic growth. Also, young Africans like to consume the latest products, services, and technology, which will generate profits for investors. The second reason why you should consider investing in Africa is customers and changing. Customers are changing definitely across the continent. Africa's middle class is growing, thereby leading to creation of new expectations and changes in consumers' behavior. According to the World Bank's forums for economic forum, so the point that the young Africans who actually is the middle class is the development and growth will push the young population and growing the economy in a number of ways. Considering that brands are aware of this and the sophisticated nature of the African youth in recent years have demonstrated that in terms of their consumer pattern. This means that international retailers and consumers brands can capitalize on the demand and preferences to the point of those Africans and investments in the continent in a number of ways. The third reason why you should be able to consider moving to invest in Africa, the money spent and Africans love brands. Looking at this, according to McKinsey's research, by 2025, household consumption will reach about 2.1 trillion and business spending over 3.5 trillion. In having that in mind, a total of 5.6 trillion in business and investment opportunities will be needed to grow the African economy in several ways. For most Africans, they consider quality and brand before purchasing any product. The McKinsey Consumer Report shows that about 58% of consumers and brand loyalty, and many are willing to pay a higher price for well-known brand. The city's dwellers account for more than half of the consumption and also products for international brands that are across the continent. If you are new to this channel, we will encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. The fourth reason why you should consider investing or doing business in Africa is the diverse and stronger economies across the continent. Previously, the economies of African countries relied heavily on agriculture and availability of natural resources. However, African economies are now diversifying beyond commodities. The skills development of Africans to venture into sectors that previously had no or fewer Africans is also helping diversify the African economy, which is an amazing thing. However, African countries are also focusing on non-commodity areas where they can be very competitive. Every country in Africa now has what they can call investment promotion agencies, which act as one of the one-stop shops, so to point out, for investors, assisting with registration, tax, and other steps to establish companies locally, which is something very important. The African continent has transformed, providing those stronger economies. According to World Bank information in doing business, some of Africa's countries south of the Sahara are one of the fastest growing in the world that have projected. Countries like Nigeria, Rwanda, and also Tanzania are showing huge example with regards to their growth and expansion in different ways. All of these are some of the great opportunities that are showing stronger economies in the region. However, the next thing that we'll be considering for those of you planning to invest in Africa will be the digital transformation of the African continent. In considering that, according to the GSMA, over 475 million people in sub-Saharan Africa will be mobile internet users by 2025. Africa is a leader in mobile adoption. Mobile money networks, which started in East Africa, open global economy to the unbanked cities and rural dwellers across the continent. The use of technology in Africa now is in the rise. So to point out, examples include, for example, Olam using mobile to reach out to new African suppliers and farmers in farmers and harnessing technology to remove the inefficiencies and price fluctuations that prevented prescriptions in different ways. We have also seen that other mobile telecommunication companies like MTN, Glo, and Orange, and other communication companies in the continent are beginning to tap into the importance of digital transformation that is growing within the African continent. This is just so important. Of course, are there challenges in Africa in establishing this particular area that I just pointed out? Definitely yes. These 5 reasons are not going to be a walk in the park. Of course, like I said at the beginning, for patient investors who are looking to move to the continent, Africa has no boundaries. If you are patient in doing business, the return on investment will be huge. Have you done business in Africa? Or have you established your business in one of the regions across the continent? Or you know a business person planning to move to the continent? Then share these 5 reasons for them to consider. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, we want to thank you for watching. Hopefully, we encourage you to watch some of our other videos on our YouTube channel. We are looking forward to meeting you soon in our next episode. Have a good day. Bye-bye.